Hello, everyone. This is Amir Sharif. I'm the VP of Marketing and Product at Opsani, and I'm here with Ross Shipler.
Hi, I'm the CEO and founder of Opsani. Thanks for putting this together. Great to be chatting.
Well, thank you for joining us. And Ross, recently we made an announcement about Opsani Vital, and it's a great offering to the market where we're basically offering our product for free for 3 months for anybody who wants to optimize the cloud for the next 3 months. And I know that there's a personal story behind this for you, and there's a strong reason why you felt that we wanted to do this. So it'd be good for you to talk about the mission behind Opsani Vital and what led you down this path.
Yeah, so we're in kind of crazy times. Everybody's aware of that, and it kind of reminds me a lot about my personal history and the crazy times that we went through in what was then Rhodesia and what was now Zimbabwe. And when I look at what we're having to go through and when the changes to our lifestyle and how dramatic and how fast things are moving, I'm kind of reminded about those days long ago that they were, and just having to be super adaptable in adverse conditions, and really just dealing the hand that playing the hand that you've been dealt, and making the best of what you've got. And the big thing is change. Right? We went from a situation from being at peace and having the ability to buy things to not having any imports at all, not having any petrol, any gasoline, not being able to import food, and really having to manufacture everything and start up industries and really adapt to the new situation. And I think the situation that we're in right now reminds me a lot of that. And we saw Vital as a way Opsani Vital as a way to help people adapt to the new situation for their cloud infrastructure, because we're seeing kind of just crazy changes. Obviously huge spikes in online activity for video conferencing and streaming and home delivery, et cetera, and then huge changes for folks that know that their business model has dramatically changed. And what Opsani Vital allows is for cloud infrastructures to change, keep up with that change and really adapt to the new world.
And when we talked offline, you were talking about the importance of the role of the family. You and your immediate family haven't been in a war zone effectively, and your other family members coming in, huddling around you, and basically providing resources so you could get back on your feet. And you talked about us being as a broader family, and this is your offering to the broader family. Can you elaborate on that a little bit?
Yeah, that we thought for people that were, perhaps struggling, perhaps not wanting to spend, being to offer this service as a free service was kind of our way of contributing to the better of folks that perhaps weren't ready or able to pay for a service that would save them money.
And on average, on average, we're seeing savings well up to north of 50%, and we've seen savings easily north of 70% for some of the customers. Can you bring that into monetary terms, in terms of how that savings could save employees' jobs while cutting cloud costs?
Yeah, I mean, if you're spending millions of dollars on your cloud costs, certainly you want to keep your business up because that's where your revenue is coming from. You want to keep your customers happy, and you want to give good response time. So that's what Opsani Vital is: make sure that you are delivering those benefits and that performance to your customers, but at the same time reducing their cloud cost. And if you can save a couple of million or even $1 million off your cloud bill, obviously that's tens of people that you could continue to employ. And with people changing their business model, there's a lot of folks that are laying off their employees or putting their employees in furlough. If instead they can save their money on their cloud costs, that allows them to keep the employees and keep the business going.
So if somebody's spending roughly, let's say, $100,000 on a cloud infrastructure, and we come in and we save them 50 to 70% of that, that's the way I see it. That's easily 4 to 5 jobs for that company, even in the Bay Area. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you know, it's money going out either way, and you know, why pay Jeff Bezos when you can be paying your employees their own payroll? I think Jeff's got enough money.
I think Jeff has enough money, yeah. But it is right that it's time for us to pull together as a family and to do what we can to make sure that we're spending on the right priorities. One thing I do want to emphasize, though, is it's spending money on the right things. It's not just about cutting costs. It's about delivering the same mission, but doing it at a lower cost. It's about increasing efficiency, and this is something that Opsani does really well. Can you talk a little bit about the economics of improving efficiency?
Yeah, so I kind of touched on this, but this is performance-based optimization. So you're always looking at what your customers are seeing in terms of latency or number of requests, and you want to maintain that high level of service. You want to maintain that high level of availability. You want to maintain that high level of responsiveness. You want to be producing that content or whatever it is that your web service or your cloud service is doing. You want to be doing it at a rate that satisfies your business without any wastage. So by monitoring critical business, business metrics, and making sure that those business metrics stay within specified parameters, and then reduce the cost, while doing that is what I look at as efficiency. Efficiency to me is like work done per dollar. And if maybe your number of requests is going down, you want to make sure that your costs are going down, that you keep staying efficient. If the costs are rising, you don't want to be adding a whole bunch of unneeded headroom. You want to be doing the most work that you can in the most expedient amount of time that you can, for the least amount of dollars spent on your cloud infrastructure.
Let's get into the nuts and bolts a little bit and talk about how Opsani Vital works and Opsani in general, the technology. Can you walk us through how we interact with the workload and how we provide those efficiencies and therefore the cost performance? And that's the cost performance that ultimately delivers job savings for us in this current market. It's cutting the cloud costs. But what is the mechanism for cutting those costs?
So Opsani Vital looks at metrics from your monitoring system, whether it's Prometheus or Datadog, or it could be any internal, it could be Envoy, any mechanism where or SDO, any mechanism where you keep the metrics of how many requests are coming in and or how long each request is taking. So we need to understand, we need to have the Opsani Vital reads in through an API that information, and then makes changes to the resources to maximize that performance while minimizing cost. And cost we look at is footprint. How many gigs of memory are you using per container? How much CPU per container are you using? How many containers are you using? Should there be lots of little containers to get that performance and that best footprint? Should it be a few really big ones? Do you really need 8 gigs of memory per container? All those kind of things feed into the machine learning, and it basically in real time tunes the system to react the fastest, to have the fastest and best performance while reducing cost.
And therefore, you deliver the performance that your SaaS application needs at a lower cost, lower bills paid to AWS or whatever infrastructure provider that you have. This is why you were saying that Jeff has enough money. Let's not overpay him, which means that money can be directed to the broader family, which is their employees. And in this time of crisis, this is what we want to encourage, is for people to deliver the product that they need for the market, to keep the payrolls going so that everybody can stay employed. And I know that this is a huge time of crisis for a lot of people.
Right. Yeah, I think this is, we really want to have the biggest impact here on, for tech companies that are running infrastructure in the cloud. And I think this is a great way to do it.
Well, Ross, I really commend you for this effort because you've taken something that's quite personal for you and you offered it to the world. And I know that we have some limitations around what we're doing, that this is not a perpetually free product, that we are only offering it for 3 months. And if I understood you correctly, the goal is to do the most good for the largest number of people. And we want to have velocity. So we're currently only focused on Kubernetes workloads. And therefore, the preferred monitoring system has to be Prometheus and Datadog. And the goal is that the customer has a large enough cloud expenditure so that these savings matter, so that they can employ uh, a larger number of people. And again, all that is done in service of velocity and doing the greatest number of good to the largest number of people. And again, I commend you for taking something very personal to you and expanding to the large market. That's really a nice gesture.
Well, thanks, Amir. It's what we do what we can. And let's hope that we have impact on keeping keeping jobs and keeping cloud costs and returning to normal as soon as we can.
Well, thank you. And everyone who's watching this webinar, you can come to our website, opsani.com/vital. That's how you sign up for this free service at this point. Again, opsani.com/vital. Please come and register and either tweet us, or you can email me directly at amir@opsani.com for any questions that you might have. But again, the link to register for Opsani Vital is opsani.com/vital. And Ross, thank you for your time today.
Thanks, Amir. Really great chatting.